You may be wondering, what in the world is that? It looks a little unusual, but if you stick with me for a couple minutes, I will tell you why I bring color into my meditation time with my Bible almost every single day. Even though I think my pages are very pretty, like if you look at them, I think they're very pretty. It's abstract art. I am an abstract artist for sure. But the point about this practice is not the art. It's actually just staying present, using your fingers to move paint around, because there are so many things happening in the brain when you touch, when you have active touch. It is actually doing something inside your body. Your mind will start slowing down and you can receive the text in a different way. Most of the time, we just read our Bibles. We use the discipline of just sitting our butts in a chair and opening the word and reading for a certain chapter or a Bible reading plan. And that's great. I think that's wonderful. I still do that. And then I came across this method that I added to, which really helped me to allow the words that I was reading in the Bible to really stick into my soul. There's something interesting that happens when you're reading. You might notice something about a single verse. What I have discovered between those two practices is that when I dwell with a single verse in this method, it just sticks more. When you're just reading the Bible with your eyeballs, you are activating about 4 parts of your brain. But when you bring in the creative, emotional, and sensory parts of your brain, the scripture is much easier to retain. This is why you can read an entire chapter of the Bible and feel like nothing really landed. While I am an abstract artist, this method anybody can do. You don't have to be an artist. In fact, I would consider myself really not an artist. I just like plopping color on pages. That's what I'm known for. A while ago, I started talking about plopping watercolor and it stuck, plopping. So now I'm just plopping with acrylic paint and it's just so much fun. This practice anybody can do, and it's for women who want to dwell in the word and not have to have any sort of performance come out of it. We're not actually focusing on what comes out of the painting. The painting is just as a tool to keep our focus. And I want to show you how I do that in my dwell journal. Psalm 139. Psalm 139 is one of my favorite passages of scripture. I love this verse in verse 17. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God, how vast is the sum of them. So I'm just going to go to a new page, and in the dual method, we actually do more steps, but I'm just going to show you the color step today. This is getting full. I only have like a couple pages left. I'm just going to choose a color that's kind of here on my desk. I've been really enjoying this. There's this really pretty one. Yes, a alizarin crimson hue. So, and I'm going to use my fingers. You don't even have to have a paintbrush for this. I promise. It's like cheap and it's so much fun to engage scripture this way. This is my color. It is pretty potent stuff. This brand especially. You can literally just go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and grab these type of paints. I'll use this one next so I can show you. So there's this one, and I'm just going to focus my mind on this scripture that says, how precious also are your thoughts to me, O God, how vast is the sum of them. So his thoughts are precious towards me. It says they're precious. How precious, because I mean, what other God thinks about you as an individual? Isn't that nuts? I mean, it's just plopping. This is it. There's nothing crazy going on here. I also, because we use fingers, I have my little portable sink that I use where I rinse off my fingers because I do tend to get super messy. It's so funny. It's like I make a mark and then I cover it up. So this one, it's like, that's my MO. Oh, it's kind of making it pink. And this is kind of wet. This will be interesting. Because this is wet. I've never used a wet sponge. I've always used dry sponges before. But now we have this fun little pink spot. Happy little accidents, as the late Bob Ross would say. How vast is the sum of them? Oh my goodness, vast. Like that means a lot. Like he has a lot of thoughts towards you that are precious. This is that cheaper. It's like less than maybe around $2 for this paint. I'm just going to take a little bit of this and see. Kind of been focusing on this side, so I want to go on this side today. vast. So vast. So many thoughts. You could just sit there and let it dry while you're thinking on the scripture. For the purpose of my video, I'm going to go ahead and just dry it with my heat tool. I do love my heat tool. Kind of want to do this number. You could use a credit card. I just have this on my desk. Again, you can use your fingers too. I don't know, it just kind of makes a fun thing. And I'm just continually thinking about the Lord's thoughts towards me and how many thoughts he has towards me and how precious they are, that the God who created everything, the stars and the moon and the sun, thinks about me. Isn't that wild? So you'll see here, there is nothing fancy about this. There's not even really a formula. You're just plopping color on a page. Nothing fancy. There's nothing perfect here. In fact, the more imperfect it is, I feel the better. But you're just trying to be present using the color, because I'll tell you, when I am moving around the paint on my fingers, I'm really in the moment. I don't think about anything else except for the words in the scripture that I am meditating on. And what happens over time is that scripture stops being just words on a page and it begins to be something that you carry with you as conversation with God. It becomes prayer. I want to do a couple more things. Like I love just kind of writing down parts of the scripture. I just love doing that. It's just kind of my gel pen and then making some scribbles here and there because it reminds me of being a kid. It's so fun. Yeah, you are just literally engaging one scripture with color. This is what I teach inside Dwell in Color. It's a 3-part class. There's bonuses. I walk you through step by step, and I even geek out and tell you all of the parts of the brain, 21 parts to be exact, that are ignited when you dwell in color with scripture, as opposed to the 4 when you're just reading. It's $37 right now, and you can check the link in description. I would love to see you inside and share with you this transformational creative scripture practice. Bye.